Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have a whole bunch of Washington quarters, and the point of this video is to actually show you the thought process of cherry picking a collection and or finding out what coins that you want to send in to get certified. What's the actual mechanical thought process that someone would go through if they bought a collection of quarters like this and they wanted to know what to get certified and what not to get certified? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, this is the gray sheet. It's an imperfect price guide, but it has data points and a lot of them. This is from May 2020. We're in the Washington quarters section. And here I have a bunch of listings in the 40s. The previous page has the ones back into the 30s. But we're going to go ahead and look mostly at the 40s because what we want to find out is it worth getting a coin certified? So the first thing that you'll notice is if you look at this, you'll see some patterns. And what you want to do is you want to figure out how much you're going to spend on a coin. You're probably going to spend about 25 bucks a coin to get it certified. So as you look at this, you can block out this huge section of area where pretty much all the coins are worth 30 bucks or less and say any coins that are in that time frame, so you're going to be looking at most of these coins in the 50s and 60s, that you think would only come back MS65 or less, all those are out. So as you're going through the collection, coins that are going to be dated in the 50s and 60s, you're looking for a coin that is ridiculously gem to get into these price categories. Now I wouldn't really recommend generally that you try to get a coin certified to get an MS67. That's just kind of hard to do. But it is fascinating to look at, and I don't know what the actual market is without doing some research, but there are some coins here that go from 66 to 67, 59, 59D. Look at those, $30 to $1,000. Boom. So there are some coins in here that if they are knock your eyeballs out stunning, worth doing. All right, and then as you go back up the gray sheet, you'll see, well, here's some that look pretty promising just uncirculated. Well, what are those? So you got to look and see. These are the D over S and S over D varieties. But other than that, you're not going to really have a lot of upside unless you get to a gem coin. Now, it's going to be a lot different for you when you go back into the 1930s and 40s too, and you look at the different grade points. What you're really looking at is actually different price points that you know you want to be in. Now, this only works if you bought a bulk group of coins all with similar pricing, and that's not necessarily true if you bought an uncirculated set of Washington quarters and you had all the coins with mint marks on it, because a lot of those you probably already paid a premium for. So at that point, you need to know, like this coin here, this is a 1935D on this line item. If I bought it as uncirculated and I paid $150 for it, I priced it at $200, well, if I look at it and I say, I think this coin might be a 65, then I'd have to consider spending the money. If I think it's only going to be a 64, and all of a sudden I'd be into the coin for, $180 and think, I don't know if it's worth it, because, yeah, that's $230, that's your retail value. That doesn't mean you get $230. Maybe you only get $200. The coin's gone for a month, and then you got to factor in whether or not you're going to sell it. Now that's just from a coin dealer perspective. Coin collector perspective, probably similar. You still want to have some type of valuation of what the coin is going to be worth in its different suggested grades. So these can really help inform you as to whether or not you get a coin certified. So I would go through and do exactly that. I would look at these coins, especially from the 40s and 50s, and I'd say, okay, do any of these really knock my socks off? And go through them one at a time and see. First of all, I would take the 50S and the 50D, and I would look and see if I could see the variety, that D over S and that S over D. And if you can see the variety, then you've got something that's a little bit different. So there's two things to look at. One is the grade, but also a lot of guys cherry pick by looking for varieties. That's actually why the variety guidebook is called the cherry picker's book. the Cherry Picker Guidebook is because they are trying to get coins that even an average dealer wouldn't necessarily know right away is a variety and wouldn't necessarily pay a premium for. So that is the nuts and bolts on going through a collection and trying to figure out which coins are worth getting certified and which ones you just want to price and move on with. I'm Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin. You can subscribe by clicking on the button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.